in the chat box. Okay, great. It has been great. Nice experience. Okay. Yeah, you can mute yourself, and when we are, discussing something, you can unmute yourself and speak. I'm glad to know that you're learning something out of it. But when we are talking about human rights, it's very important that we observe things and we see. For example, we did a session first thing in the first thing when we started the summer school. We talked about human rights violations that you feel that you have observed. Now, today we will be talking about a campaign that was started by Knowledge Tees in 2013. It is called Breaking Stereotypes. Now, I'll just show you some images. What do you understand by a stereotype? What is a stereotype? You can unmute yourself. You can raise your hand. What is a stereotype? What do you understand by the term stereotype? Yoshita, you can unmute yourself.
Well, stereotype, it's like a societal construct which exists in a society.
Amazing. Anyone else would like to give it a try?
Greetings, everyone.
Yeah.
I think stereotyping is when you associate associate like a certain characteristics within for like a certain group or race or tribe, but usually it's like a negative characteristics. It's never like it's rarely to find like a positive stereotype.
Yes, a fixed thing that you have in your head, of course. Good try, good attempt. So yes, you must have heard of few things which I'm going to say, and you must have observed few things by yourself. So what I'm going to try is I'll explain you about the campaign. I'll show you some images of the campaign, and then I will divide you all in groups of 4, and you will come out with similar things that you have observed. Right? Okay, so how many of you have witnessed, okay, if you people saying, oh, she's a girl, she can't be a good driver, right? I can see smiles on your faces, right? This person is belonging to a particular caste and they are all loud, so he will be loud, right? He is a boy, he should earn for the entire family. You are a law student and you should be a free consultant to the entire family. Everyone comes to you for legal advices, right? Then another thing that only boys get into engineering. Girls cannot understand maths. There are so many things, so many tiny, tiny things. These do not have to be very big things. These are small things which we witness in our everyday lives. So with this thing, we started this campaign to break these stereotypes. I'll just show some pictures of our team who's conducted this campaign and the team that came out with amazing ideas. You can look at these pictures, get a fair idea, and after that, we'll divide you into breakout rooms. You will discuss with your team members and you'll come back, and maybe you can write things down on your paper, have a paper with you, or you can write it down in the chat box. I'll prefer you write it down on a paper and all of us will show the paper like this. Okay? Amazing. Just give me a minute. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. First one, being female doesn't prohibit you from speaking out. And you can always read the explanation of the thing, of the picture in the caption here. My virtue is not located in my vagina. Basically, people have this mindset. Nobody wants to marry a girl who's been raped, even though it was not her fault in the first place. So there's a stigma which is attached to a girl who's been raped. And it is not important, and the campaign is not only confined to women's right. If you are you feel okay, I am a boy and I'm good at cooking, this is also stereotypes, right? Guys don't cook well, anything. I'm a house husband, that can also be breaking the stereotype. Science has no gender. This is amazing. I am a Muslim and I am not a terrorist. Big one. Black or white are just colors, not anything else. Something on racism. This one is on child marriage. Law students have social life too. See, this one is amazing. We don't hurt women, we respect them and we stand by them. I'm 79. Every day I sit in my shop for 10 hours because I love to work and age is only a number. Right? I don't need to be a man to drive well. This picture attracted quite a lot of controversy by few people. I'll stop sharing now. There are many examples which are there. It can be either related to women's right. We can talk about the stereotypes which exists because of a particular religion, because of the color of your skin, because of your gender, because of the profession, anything. So just give it a thought and just think what stereotypes, what similar things that you have observed in your day-to-day lives. And then we will begin. What we will do is either you can put it down in the chat box, or it's better have a paper with you, we'll write it down. So what we'll do is we'll divide you into breakout rooms in another 5-7 minutes once we are done with the discussion. So I hope everybody is clear of what the campaign is about, right? It is not only confined to gender rights. It can be anything. Give me some examples if anyone has an example right now. Something that you have witnessed, something, it can be something very small. I am a woman doesn't mean I can't be career person. Yeah, of course. Females can't be career oriented. They need to take care of the household. Good one. Somebody else? Yes, Yoshita, you want to say something?
People belonging to the transgender community are not do not have a right of education.
Amazing. Terrorism has nothing to do with religion. I'm a woman doesn't mean I can't travel at night. Amazing. I am a woman and I can do field work also. Fantastic. Females can be business person too. Yes. So these are some of really great examples that all of you have given about the stereotypes that you observe. Rizwana ma'am is saying I'm a lawyer, not female lawyer. Yes. Religion has nothing to do with marriage. Yes. So all of you have some fantastic ideas in your head, something that you have observed. Now, for those who have not typed anything, think of something. There are so many things that we see in our day-to-day lives. It is not something very big, something tiny. If something is a stereotype, it is a stereotype. Love has nothing to do with age. Yes. Girls should play with dolls, and boys with truck. Yes. Men also feel pain. Of course, boys don't cry. That's another stereotype.
And one more, like I have recently, I've contributed an image for that as well. That men are also fat shamed. So it's not
Hmm.
just women that you are getting little thicker or you're putting on weight. It happens with men also, and this body shaming is a big issue. So somebody who is lean, thin, short, and people also judge by your bodily looks and your weight, that what all kind of task you perform and what you cannot. So I can do somersault. My weight is 99 kg. I still do sometimes. I can do a headstand, and it has to do nothing with my weight. And sometimes when I'm in gym, people say that okay, so you don't look so fit, but you did it great. I said it's just in a mind, and I think the same goes with I know a girl who is a fantastic dancer. Her weight is around 89 kgs. And for a boy, 99, for a girl who is 5 feet 3 inches and 89 is too much in terms of BMI, but she's a very fantastic dancer. And we have witnessed throughout our life that people are there who are breaking stereotypes in terms of whether they are short, then they're doing something. They're basketball players who are of a short height. Some of the very great basketball players who are nearly 5 feet 8 inches or 9 inches, 10 inches. So yes, bodily stereotypical behaviors are there, and then yes, there is another stereotype, Aishwarya. It's regarding colors, and when we are talking of colors, is also I'll talk about the color. I have just seen the image that black and white is just a color. See, who told that black is not good, white is good? I love black, to be honest. In terms of, if you ask me what kind of color of clothes you want to wear, then I love to wear something black, not white. These preferences about according to color, that okay, black is for black people have become slaves because of this concept for ages. So in 539 BC, first time the talk about slavery was there, but we have seen in last 50 years there is a much debate and much discussion and deliberation on racial equality. So this color has also not just a color of choice you want to wear, but also color of a people. And we are Indians are we are called people of colors. We have all colors. So we have somebody like Mehak, and then me, and then maybe there's somebody who is much fairer or a much darker person. We have all set of colors. India is not in much terms of the race. I think is not a color is not a big issue for us. Maybe caste and religion is a big issue, and that's also quite stereotypical. Like just 1 minute back, she was saying that terrorism should not be associated with one particular religion only, and that's a stereotype. Okay, fine. What else? I'm a man, and it's not mean I cannot be creative. Yes.
Yes. Professional prejudices associating respect, trust, deception according to profession. Yes. For example, government services are accorded a lot of respect in India. That is there. Yes.
Also, like one stereotypical behavior that I've seen, and I've seen my parents doing it, to be honest. So one day I was just going to a mall, and there was a girl. She was smoking, and there were certain, no doubt, there were guys also who were smoking, and my parents were like, "What is this? Girls should not do." No doubt there are some certain scientific reasons for not doing it, but I think this has to do nothing with your character and nothing with the kind of a person you are. It's your personal preferences, and the smoke packet comes with a instruction injurious to health. It never mentions men or women. It's injurious to health for everyone. So I think that stereotypical behavior should also not be there. If there is a girl who like to socialize or like to drink, then there are a lot of people who will not talk in terms of her choices of smoking and drinking, but rather than her character. So associating that is not perfectly all right, I think.
Yeah.
What else?
Women with children are less devoted to their jobs. Yes, I have witnessed it. Many organizations, they have this criteria. They do not take, I mean, they give less preference to females who have their children because they feel that she won't be able to do justice to the job, and her male counterpart would do much better. But we ourselves have seen many good examples who are breaking this stereotype. Professional fee.
So,
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
sorry, continue.
Yeah. Professional female athletes should be allowed to express frustration without being labeled emotional than male counterparts. Amazing. So similarly, boys can't cry, boys can't be emotional, and other thing is females are emotional whatever they do. So yes, that's a stereotype.
And
Love has.
the stereotype starts from your own home, because when you are young, especially guys, and I remember when I used to cry sometimes. So some of my brothers and cousins used to say, "Why you crying like a girl?" Or "You should not cry." So crying is always associated. This emotion is always associated with females, and I hope we all get tears, whether male or female. So, and the training should start from home. When you are saying, why these stereotypical behaviors are there, because we have never focused on these things. We have seen it around, and then we have what we have seen, we've started following it. So whether it's regarding professional choices, whether it's regarding your personal choices for your habits of eating, drinking, moving, everything is like we have stereotyped because we have seen that happening around. Now even Indian government says that earlier, there were not female fighter of people who used to fly planes and all, but now India is having maximum number of female, fight Air Force members. So this stereotypical behavior is also slowly this will go, but I think, and one more is stereotypical behavior, especially for men, that most of the time it is said that only girls can be abused physically, sexually, and let's say emotionally and economically. That does not happen. Even male can be abused at the same time. There are instances when even court has taken cognizance stating that there is a misuse of Domestic Violence Act or Dowry Provision Act, where the females are trying to squeeze money or just trying to put the other family in pain. So that stereotypical behavior should also not be there. If you, because I'm not saying that it should be equal, because both the genders in law it is equal, but otherwise it's not. As Mehak started this particular stereotypical debate, she started with the image and where it said it's my virtue is not located in my vagina, which was about rape victim. That very clearly reflects the thought process of Indian society. So when you are a girl, you will be cautioned. If somebody stabbed me, it's not my fault. If somebody rapes me, if I'm a girl, it's not my fault. It's the fault of the person who did it. But the question is why you were late, with whom you were, what you were doing so late in the night, what kind of clothes you were wearing. And I tell you, there are around 2 to 3,000 girls raped every year who are less than 3 years of age. So there is no question of clothes, there is no question of moving out. It's only question of human psyche that is there. But still, the question is mostly asked to the girls. So socially, women are not equal. Economically, definitely, you can pick up the economic status and you'll find that most of the women are, you know, kind of housemakers or housewives, you use the term, and they're not working, so they're not economically independent. Physically, biologically, definitely, women are not as equal as men. So till the time this equality is not there, we cannot say that okay, we should remove these domestic violence act or make it a gender neutral, or this law related to rape and we can make it a gender neutral. So this discussion should not be there till the time there is no equality. I'm not talking in terms of absolute equality, but at least the equality where you can say that okay, both genders are equal, not just in law but in fact. Okay, may I continue? I'm actually interrupting your class.
Rizwana ma'am has pointed out something important. I am a professional woman and household works and children's responsibility needs to be shared. Yes. So even if it's a female and she's working same number of hours, it is expected out of her that she will take care of all the household work and the requirements of the child. So that's a stereotype which needs to be broken. I need to hear it from the boys now. There are so many girls excited about everything, so many girls typing it out. Well, what's up with the boys? Please tell me. I mean, what kind of stereotypes either you faced or you have observed? Okay, in the meantime, let's read. You're a woman, sit properly, don't laugh too hard. Yes, you can't be too loud. You have to be soft spoken. True. People need a son because they think he will take care of them in old age. But I'm a woman and I can take care of my family in their old age. Amazing. Oh yes, there are a lot of stereotypes when you talk about periods. So periods mean that you're impure. Yes, that's just a natural process, and that has nothing to do with purity. Afam has said, "I'm a man and I can be a homemaker." Yes. Think outside the box. Think of some other things. Yes, don't enter places of worship and kitchen during periods. Any more? Let's just explore our ideas. I'm a woman and I can help my father in his work also. Yes. Parenting is just a choice. Being a Bengali, I have shocked many people by saying I don't like fish. Yes, another stereotype. Bengalis love fish and Punjabis are all non-vegetarians. I'm a woman and I know about cars and sports. Fantastic.
I tell you,
Every Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you a few more stereotypical behaviors when you're talking about that it should come from a guys and boys, so from old men also it can come. I'm representing them. There are a lot of stereotypical behaviors that we also face, like during marriage or at the time of discussion of marriage. One thing is that we should always earn more than our counterparts. If I'm earning 2 lakh and she's earning 4 lakh, then I'm not a perfect match for her. She requires somebody who is earning at least 5, 6, or 8. The other thing is that I should be always taller than her. So I really like Sachin Tendulkar and Anjali Tendulkar, and I hope they're perfect couple. Anjali is little taller than Sachin, but does not make Sachin even little less than anyone else just because of her height. There are other things that I should be always more educated than the girl to whom I'm marrying. No doubt these things may have certain psychological effects, but I don't think that this should be the strict bracket criteria to decide to whom to marry, to whom not to marry. So these are also some of the stereotypical behaviors that we face. And again, that one somebody read that about government jobs and private jobs. People working in private jobs are not as good as people working in government jobs. Maybe the person working in private job making thrice the money than the government job, but only people require is security. So there is a person who told me that if I earn 2 lakhs in a government job, but I'm earning 10, so I'll retire early. I'll work for 10 years and then I don't want a security for another 20, 30 years because I have already have enough of money to secure my future. So yes, there are stereotypical behaviors for men as well. And few we don't face much about color or how we look. That's not a big issue for guys. That's more of for a girl. And I'll show you. Mahek, can you give me right to share my screen? I'll show you some hilarious matrimony.
Sanidhya, can you make Sir the co-host? Oh, wait, I'm the host only. Done.
Just give me some time. I'm sharing them from Google Images. I hope you can see my screen. So this matrimony ad is not for, I think it's for a girl. As I look like more you have gone out to buy a extra virgin olive oil, because the criteria for the girl is that it should be so and so and it should be a virgin girl. Whereas nobody is asking about the virginity of a boy in that terms. Majorly faced by, you know, and one more. So and so, Tamil girl, non-Facebook users. So I hope there is no one in this room who is eligible to get married to this guy because हम तो सब Facebook चलाते हैं. If you see, you'll find a lot of things. You know, the people are mentioning life partner of a companion for 20, 32 years, handsome, caring boy, sexually unfit due to stress of previous divorce, only son, salary 27 lakh or 1,000 or no per month, caste status no bar, simple marriage. I don't know what exactly they want to say. Their English is as bad as mine, I think. So there you'll find that, you know, there are, even at the time of matrimony and all, people do mention their mindset and their stereotypical behavior very much in the matrimonial ads regarding the future. So once I was seeing advertisement and it was for a guy. The girl is 5 feet 2 inches, darkish in color, only BA pass, salary is 30,000 per month, looking for a guy who has minimum 6-digit salary, height minimum 5 feet 8 inches, and fair in complexion. I think everything that she is, if you do a vice versa, she requires a guy of that kind. So this happens in both And these stereotypical behaviors are definitely there, that judging people by their income, whether they are the perfect partners for your girl or not, people don't, try to figure it out. And I think people should ask more about what kind of work you do, what you like, rather than how much you earn, because earning can change with time. In 2 years, from 2 lakhs to you can reach to 20 lakh, or from 2 lakh you can reach 2000 as well. Depends on your habits. So this was from my side. Okay, Mike, you can take forward, and you people can contribute. I have. That's why this is the one session where the speakers are allowed, so you can speak. And we almost everybody is a speaker today. So anything else that you have seen?
Okay.
Sir, I'd
Yeah.
like to share some experience. So, there was some day like I was dressed as a professional because I had an interview, and for everyone who doesn't know me, I am currently in UK studying my masters. So I dressed for an interview, and after the interview I went to a cafe. So there was an Indian guy who was managing the restaurant, the cafe. So he came to me, and we talked a bit, and I got to know that he actually had an opinion that any girl who is coming or going to abroad is actually looking for a guy to get married and get settled, not studying, or like eventually the goal is to settle down in UK to get married to someone who has a green card or something. So it was quite strange to see that people have formed this kind of opinion, which is like not true. So it was quite surprising for me, and he was
I,
quite surprised to see that actually I'm not here to settle down, but just to study and make a career out of the course.
Harsha, one thing is there that I'll tell, that people think what they want to think, and they think what their mind actually is. So you will think always with your own mind process. So if he was of that mindset, he will think everybody else is also of the same mindset. So definitely that is a big issue. And to be honest, marrying is not the settle downing thing. You're not settled once you're married. Maybe you are unsettled once you are married. Your marriage life may not be going great, and you are in a lot of trouble. So this, that your girl is 32. I think rather than most of the parents, the neighbors have an issue if you are above 26 or 27, that your girl is getting old, you will not get a good guy to marry her. So get herself married and get yourself also relaxed, your responsibilities. So girl is a responsibility, whether she's earning herself, she may be, taking care of the parents, but she is a responsibility of the parents. Once she is married, things are settled. So I think that's again a stereotype. And you can be a person who does not want to, marry someone. And I think it's perfectly all right to be in an open relationship, or a single for a long time, or married or divorced. And I don't think it creates so much trouble. But the mindset that are there, especially with guys in India, that if you are a divorce, you're available because your husband is not there. If you're a single, you're available because you're a single. If you're married, then maybe you're frustrated and that's why you're available. So at all three conditions, you're available. There is no other fourth condition that could actually exist in terms of marital relationship. This is more of the mindset that is being created of people, and they always reflect their mindset in their dealings with other people, in their day-to-day communication with other people. So if he is thinking that you are there for a green card, marrying a rich fellow or a native of that particular country and settling down there, then I hope he also comes with the same mindset, or people around him has come from the same mindset. Thank you, Harsha. Anyone else?
Greetings, everyone. So I am currently based in South Africa, but I was born in Zimbabwe. The thing is that when women or young women put too much effort in the way they look, you are stereotyped as a slay queen, which is like I don't know how it became like a negative connotation, but it's like a woman who sort of like sells her appearance for a living. So when you show up to certain spaces and you have put enough like effort in how you look, people tend to underestimate like your contribution until you open your mouth and they're like, oh, because they're not expecting that type of contribution from someone who looks like they've their life put together, which is so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Nitish, sir, you're on mute.
I've just shown an image which reflects somehow her thoughts and what exactly is if you're putting good clothes and makeup and people looking at you as you something different than a normal girl. And sometimes they also judge your character with your makeup. So if you're having a too dark lipstick, people are there to judge you, irrespective of what age you are. So this is one image shared by my student. I was the one who clicked this image, and I hope it clearly reflects a thought. There is one more image that I don't need to be slim to be lovable. So there is one concept regarding the fat shaming and body shaming. I don't think it's matter much in terms of what is your weight and this one I like. Dating several guys to choose the best as my life partner does not make me a slut. One more is there which shows it's ironic that talking to a stranger is not accepted in Indian society, but marrying one is. So at least nowadays things are getting changed little. I'll not say that everything has changed, but yeah, people are at least meeting and the bullshit period. They're talking to each other. They're going out for dates and all, and they try to understand the other spouse. Whereas earlier these things were not there. And then if you have a lot of male friends, so you will be termed as somebody with not a good character, and vice versa is also similar. So if a guy you'll find with moving with a lot of girls, and every day you will find that he is with some different friend, then he's a playboy or something like this. So these kind of things should also not be placed on somebody because sometimes it just vibes. So whenever I'm with girls, my wife is fine because she knows that I'll not fight with anyone. There will be no ruckus that I'll create. But whenever I'm with my guy's friend more in number, so there is a very high probability that I may ask for trouble to come. So way back long, around 15, 16 years down the line, whenever I was going out with friends, and she got to know that all guys are going, it's a guy's day out, she used to call me after every half an hour that I'm fine. If she knows that I'm with girls, she's fine. Okay, no problem. He will not take any fight. He will be mostly, he'll be, kind of a bodyguard today. So he'll be fine. So it just depends, what you may like somebody's company, irrespective of gender. And sometimes there are people who definitely like one set of a company only. So I always like people who are tomboyish, where and I also stereotypical behavior is there with this term, but girls who are little like guys and they behave like guys, I'm very fine and comfortable with them. So I think there should not be anything that you should caution in with what kind of people you're staying. And one more image that I like to reflect and share with you. And this was also done by our Indian cricket team. They have wear a jersey with the name of their mothers, not of their fathers, because most of the time you are carrying name of your father. So she's my student. I'll not change my surname after marriage. Most of the time people are forced, if I'll say, girls are forced to change their surname. And some of them they don't. Some of them add two surnames. So let's take Nitish Kumar So and Upadhyay. So I'll be adding two surnames. And then there are some because of legal complications and all, they change their surname. So I think that's also stereotypical behavior that only girls, if there is some guy wants to change us, I'm perfectly all right. I don't think there is any problem in that. Anything else? Parenting is just a choice, yes. Most of the feminists are women, Rupal. I'm also feminist, and most of the time I talk about gender rights, but to be honest, I'm not a female in any way. Except I was being brought up like a female for the first 4 years of my life because my mother wanted a daughter and I was born, unfortunately. So I was an unwanted kid. And then she dressed me like a girl. I used to have the hairband and I used to wear a skirt till 4 or 5 years of age. And then I started recognizing my gender that I'm a boy. And then people started telling my mother, please do not dress him like a girl. And then she stopped. So yes, it's okay. All feminist people are not women, and few things are there that I think should change. That standing for rights of other do not require what gender you are. So if I'm, let's take, I'm working for LGBT rights, that does not mean that I'm also one of them. I'm also LGBTQI person. So why, if I'm standing for a gender rights, require that I needs to be of a particular gender? Okay, fine. You can be either beautiful or intelligent. I think I can see a lot of good, beautiful places, and all of them are intelligent on the screen. So definitely somebody should click a screenshot and send. And to be honest, I'm the only guy in the frame. That's too bad. Jishanu, thank you. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything that you have ever faced in your life? Same office, same position, but there is a pay gap. Ritika, you know why it happens? Because sometimes even I have seen that, and in academics also, girls tend to settle on a very less salary because most of the time the counterparts are also earning. So they're like, okay, let's take my husband is earning 2 lakh rupees. I have to stay in Noida only or Delhi only or South Africa only. I cannot move out of this particular jurisdiction. And no other place will pay me that much. So even if I deserve 80,000, but you are paying me 50,000, I'm perfectly all right and I'll join the job. Whereas males in the other side has to fetch up a family and they may not have the other partner as the earning member. So in that case, they do not settle for less, and they're like, no, I want 80 and I deserve 80. I'll be working on that. So this stereotypical behavior is being actually is kind of an opportunity for the employer to exploit the employee, especially the female. So it's like if they're paying me 2 lakh rupees, and if a female is ready to work in 1 lakh, they can get two females to work in place of one. And to be honest, how so far good I will be, but I will be not be as good as two people. So this is how also exploits and people are exploited in academics. Also, I see there are a lot of junior professors. I joined way back in 2015 on that salary. They are joining on 2022 on the similar salary because they are girls and they are ready to settle on a lesser salary. Following on tradition and culture is not mean you thinking is backwards. Definitely fine because see, India is the only country which is not recognizing its culture. Yoga was not so popular till the time yoga have not gone abroad and the international people have not started practicing yoga. And also a little work by Shilpa Shetty creating a video of yoga. Our own thing has gone abroad, got a new wrapper and come back and now we are buying it. There are Chinese people who are doing yoga. I see sometimes I follow these videos and there are almost people from all the jurisdiction are doing yoga and then we are following yoga. I have recently seen an ad that a cow dung cake is being sold online and in dollars. I think that was something we used to give free. Okay, if there is a work, you can take 10, 15 cow dung cake free. You don't mind. So now, things are changing. And in India, we have that colonial mindset. We were slaves once. So we always like something which is coming from abroad. Till the time I have not went abroad on a scholarship, people have not recognized my potential as a good teacher. I'm teaching the same, to be honest. The only difference is I have seen 13, 14, 15 countries. Now I can deliver a little better. That's all, nothing else. So definitely, you should never be ashamed of your tradition, your cultural value system, and your language. So if you are Haryanvi, speak Haryanvi. No problem. If you're South Indian, speak South Indian, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, whatever. And that should not be a problem, I think. LGBTQ can never succeed in life, then watch a video of Lakshmi Narayan Tiwari. How people from LGBT community can be success. There are also 3 judges in India who are from LGBTQ community. There are many people in industry who are from LGBT community. The only issue is that in last 10 years, people have become little relaxed. I'll not say that we have fully accepted LGBTQ people, but we are little relaxed. We are at least talking about them. Earlier, even talking about them was a taboo before the NAS Foundation case. So now more of the people are, saying that, okay, we belong from this particular community or category. Earlier, there was not, because of the fear of the society, they were never coming in public. So now if you will find there are judges, there are senior lawyers, there are, actors, actresses who are from this particular community. One more thing is there, I'll tell you, and you will have to think and do will deep on this. There is a concept called bad blood. According to 2017, if I'm not wrong, of tissue transplant guidelines of India, any person who is from LGBTQ community is not allowed to donate blood, especially the people who are transgenders. When I have researched on it, I have found that the reason is it is stated that they have more sexual partners. Again, a stereotypical behavior, not necessary if you're a gay or lesbian, you have a more sexual partners. You can be a straight person, very well, you can be into multiple relationships. And the chances and probability of HIV is very high. That's why they're not allowed to donate blood. Just think of that you are a transgender. Your people cannot. Your people means the other transgenders, your friends, because you stay in a community. At least in India, all transgenders stay together. So there are like the pockets of people staying together. They cannot donate blood to you. You require blood from somebody who is not transgender now. Is it not your violation of a basic right to life? So this debate is also there. There is an NGO which is working on this, that it should be allowed. And there is no scientific proof that these people have more chances of HIV than the people who are straight. So this is one stereotypical behavior, not just by society, but by even the legal system that I can reflect. Okay. Disobeying parents at some point of time does not mean disrespect. Okay. Sorry. This is how we have been, brought up. So faith blindly, listen blindly, and follow blindly. If you apply your own mind, you are somebody who is disobeying. So again, parents needs to change. Anything else? Any other stereotypical behavior that you have identified, you have seen somewhere?
Yoshita, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, so I studied in convent Ajmer, which was an all-girls school. And so convent school, we have very, strict dress code regarding our hair and our nails and everything. So I remember once I could not braid my hair into, two braids. So a teacher, she came to me and she said, why are your hair open like this? Are you trying to impress boys? And I said, we study in all girls school. We don't even have boys in our school. How can I possibly even try to impress a boy?
Okay. You're doing law?
No, sir. Actually, I'm doing BA B.Ed, but my brother Saksham Mishra, he asked me to attend this.
Okay, great. So yeah, sometimes it do happens, and people have their mindset, and they reflect their mindset on people. So I remember somebody told me that they have a dress code in which their skirt cannot go below the knees. I said the logic should be above the knees. I could even that I could you know accept in an Indian society, but it should not go below the knees. That's a problem, I think. And then she told me that once her teacher got it folded and got it stitched because her skirt was too long. I said in India there has always been a problem of skirt being too short. This is one thing that I'm hearing, that skirt being too long. So yeah, it was a convent school somewhere. I'll not name the school. Yeah. Anything else? And I have just shared the link of this breaking stereotype campaign in the chat. Click it. There are a lot of other images that you can see, and you know you can just think there are a lot of things that we have not discussed. Like for Dalites, they have written that okay, I'm a person from Delhi, but I'm not a rapist, because most of the time, this is how it is being perceived for Delhi people. Also, if I'm a Dalite, I do not use abusive language. No doubt, there are a lot of people, the majority of them use, but not everybody is doing the same. So that stereotypical behavior should not be there. And I tell you, I'm from Banaras, born and brought up in Ghaziabad, and did my work most of the time in Delhi and Noida. Do you think which place uses the more abusive language? And that's my personal experience. I'll tell somebody may have a very different experience altogether. Anyone who can tell me whether I must have heard more abuses in Banaras, Ghaziabad, Delhi, or Noida. Which place? So most of the abuses that you will say I have heard is in my hometown, that is in Banaras. Thought to be a place of a religious place, but people abuse a lot, more than what the elites and people in Ghaziabad and Noida can do. So, but the only thing is that never highlighted. That's all. There is one thing that somebody has written, that I'm from village, and it's not does not mean that I don't have mind and I cannot speak in a language, in a particular language. Not just English, you can speak any language, any foreign language, and you can speak as good as any other person. The other thing that is there, that one point asked for equality, is that why we have separate colleges for girls and boys. See, when you're talking of Indian system, there are a lot of parents who still don't want to send their girls to co-ed school because they think that they may be in problem. The girls will be in problem. The finally problem will come to them. And also the thought of, if they run away with somebody, look with somebody, or get into a romantic relationship with somebody, their image and their reputation will go down. So that's why gender-based different schools have been created that you can think of. And you have a choice that if you don't want to teach a girl in a co-ed school, then you can send her to all girls school where she will be little safe. And I tell you, there is nothing called safe anywhere. The problem can come anytime and with anyone. Ritika said Ghaziabad, I guess. Yeah, I stayed 20 years, but I still found whenever I go to Banaras more. And since last 16, 17 years, I have not visited it, so I don't know the current status. But when I was small, I used to visit a lot. For months, I used to go on summer and winter over there, and I find that they abuse a lot. So it's okay. Any other thing? Any other stereotype that is left that you think we have not discussed?
I can be rich and can still prefer to live a minimalistic life. Yes.
Yes, definitely you could. You can. You know, whenever you go anywhere, why we are discussing this? Because stereotypical things follows you. If you go to temple, then there is a stereotypical behavior that if you have a menstruation cycle going on, you are impure or something like that, which is clearly a biological phenomena rather than anything to do with impurity thing going on. If you go to a gym, you'll find that okay, girls can do cardio, or they can use a cross trainer or a cardio machine rather than they should not lift weight. If you find a girl lifting weight, you will find okay, they're doing something different. If you go to schools, you'll find that okay, girls should earlier in my time, girls used to sit together in a different row, boys used to sit together in a different row. So anywhere and everywhere, almost wherever you're going, you'll find there is some kind of a stereotypical behavior that is there with you. So if you are, let's say, even gone to take care of your parents, people will ask, "Where is your brother?" It's like you have taken your parents to hospital, and they will. The second thought, if you meet somebody known, they will ask about your brother, not about you. How are you? Why you are here? Where are your parents? Do you need any help? Not that. They'll directly ask, okay, where is your brother? Or where is any other elder member of the family who's a male? So this notion that we about stereotypical things we share with others, and then others share with other people, and then keeps on moving. And since ages it is there. Now things are a little relaxed, but still there are a lot of other stereotypes which is still there in the society. So Aishwarya, do you want to speak something?
Yes, since we are discussing equality today, I think it was necessary. I mean, it's necessary to bring this point up, wherein there is this problematic concept of feminism being equated. I mean, being held equivalent to just women's rights. I think it's because of how the term is coined that people don't understand that feminism is about equality. It's not just about women. Which is that we come from a patriarchal society wherein they look at it in a way where it is just about women and they're not ready to accept that the term is not just about females.
Agree to a very large extent, and yes, it is women when they're being trying to discuss about gender rights, not just about them, can be about other people as well, other genders as well, not just male. There are other gender specification and sexual orientations as well, regarding which they can be discussing. So agree with that. And there is Anvisha has written, women can be a good mom and can have a good career. I think my dean is a female, and she's a very good mom, and I can see her handling the department very well. My both of the deans in India, Dr. Namita Singh Malik, in Russia, Dr. Elizaveta Gromova, both have one has two kids, two sons, another had two daughters, and both of them managing their work and as well as family very good. Anything else? Last two things we'll discuss, and then I'll keep it. I'll Rupal, why stereotype exists in society? The basic it does not exist in society. It exists in everybody's mind, and how it comes to mind, that again a circular argument. It comes from the society. So what you have seen, what you have observed, you will reflect in your thoughts and your work always, and that will promote the stereotypical behaviors. I'll give you an example which is not about gender is stereotypical, but about a work is stereotype. If you find a child labor, and this child, let's take somebody is pulling a rickshaw at the age of 14 years, and this person is now 35 years of age, and this fellow has a son who is of 14 to 15 years of age. What do you think will be the mindset of the child labor who is now 35 years of age? Whether he will allow his son to study or whether he will force him to do work like him. Both things could be there, but the researcher shows that most of the child laborers, when they grow old, they equate their kids with them, that when I was 12 I was working, you are 15 and you are not working, so I'll not give money for education and you should start working. So it becomes intergenerational. The stereotypical behaviors are also intergenerational. Women should not take part in the household activities, in terms, if they take part in household activities, they should not work outside. If they're working outside, they will not be giving a time to home. Also, whenever there are important discussions and decisions to be made in a family, women opinion are not taken care of. Especially when I'm talking, I've done my research in bride trafficking state of Haryana. So when I go in Haryana, I do my research, I'll find sometimes the male counterpart will be saying, okay, it's none of your business, please go back, go to kitchen or go to your home, sit there and do not argue, do not contribute to the decision making process. So the stereotypical behavior is intergenerational. It is not that it has started in a day or two or since last 5 years or 10 years. It is coming after generation to generation and will take little time to remove all such stereotypical behaviors. Yeah. Thank you, Rupu. So this is all from my end. Now forum for to Mehak. She can take it forward if there is anything left and if there is anything that you people want to contribute. Thank you very much, everyone. And also the last time, as
Okay, sir, we can't hear you. Okay, so this was a fun exercise. We getting to know what stereotypes you faced, what kind of stereotypes you feel exist. Anvesha wants to say something.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
So I just want to share this opinion that I have. Like after marriage, I have seen. Suppose when the parents of the girl's family are suppose giving a guidance to say both the spouses.
Yeah.
So sometimes that is taken as they're interfering. But when the
Yeah.
same happens from the guy's family, it is regarded as a guidance.
Yes.
And another thing that I have seen, like since I am married, so I have seen both the sides of the story. So sometimes when after marriage you stay with your family, say the girl's family for a long time, so it
Then
is,
it is
then the society says, oh, there is a problem in the
the
marriage. But when the
guy.
same,
Yeah.
but when the same happens, like you're staying with the guy's family from the day one, so that is not a problem. So for a single child, for a girl, managing both the sides becomes a lot of problem in this aspect.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share this experience.
Yes, this is a common stereotype which still exists, and I'm glad that you pointed this one out. So yes, these were some of the stereotypes that we have witnessed, all of us, and there were some different things that I got to know. We have dropped down link of the Breaking Stereotypes campaign. You can check out what the campaign is, and you can, if you want, you can be a part of the campaign. You can send in your pictures and your what you feel is a stereotype. We would be happy to feature it on our page. And you have another session starting at, I think, 5. So we'll see you there. Thank you. Saksham, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I want to add some points regarding stereotype. We move forward towards marriage without any dowry provision. But somehow if one's family is not taking any dowry or any form of money, so somehow the societies claim as there is a problem with the boy or the girl. So that's why this is coming up.
Yeah.
We want to we are in respect in response of abolition of dowry, but in somehow we are getting it. It's a dual stereotype. Like if we want to do to, then why we are getting this?
Yes. Yes. Great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for being so interactive during this session, for giving in your suggestions, your inputs. I'm glad I could hear you all. Thank you so much. All the best. And we invite you to be a part of the Breaking Stereotypes campaign. You're free to send in your entries. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all the participants, for being so interactive in such eye-opening and reflective sessions. The session was indeed fun as well as very knowledgeable for all of us. We all interacted really well. Thank you to all.